I think, yeah, part of that, and I think I wanted to cover it off from my point of view, is part of that insights and pulling a value proposition together. I think it sort of goes hand in hand, but maybe value proposition first is really understanding what the challenges are. What are you going to solve? And we talked about just then about the jobs to do, but maybe a broader picture of what it is that you're going to go to market and you're going to solve. And I think it's really important that that's sort of the first point of call. So you've got your value prop and you've kind of identified that this is the area you can really add value. And then from there, you can then look at, well, what does that mean? What kind of people are going to benefit from that? So what sectors might be an easy kick slip? It might be at what stage of a business's innovation or growth. So it might be that it's relevant for a startup. So it might be that it's more of a challenger brand, and thinking about the size of the business and the value of the project that you're looking to get as well. I mean, that's slightly separate, but that's actually quite an important question I have to ask my clients is what success look like? Because you might go down the route of saying, oh yes, we'll go for this one pillar client and it's going to deliver us 250 grand, but actually you've got mouths to feed back at base in the agency. So it's understanding those types of things as to what you want to achieve, but also what's going to deliver, your financial plan. So I think from my point of view, that's really kind of really important, and starting to build, I suppose what we'd say is, your marketing and your new business, excuse me, plan for the future. So what is that going to look like? What types of sectors, what types of business you're going to go for? What kind of job titles are you wanting to speak to the CEO, or are you wanting to speak to the marketing manager? Because actually sometimes you're selling something that's relevant at maybe a lower level, or do you want to talk to all of those people in different ways? So it's understanding that size of the business. Geography might be important if you're going to new geographies, to think about that as well. So it's kind of the building that plan around what are you going to say. And also I think the thing with the value proposition is that you are going to have to adapt. It might be that you're going to certain sectors where maybe compliance or could be a really important thing, and another sector where it isn't, but it needs to be part of your offering. So I think that even though there is a need to be consistent in your messaging, and that's why I'm called Join Up the Dots, because I think it's really important to be consistent with your messaging. You can be agile within the different campaigns, I suppose, the different sectors that you're looking to go for. So without overcomplicating it, I think that's really what I'm saying is think about your challenges, think about how that would affect and what your ideal clients would look like from a size or a type or cycle of their business, and then really kind of maybe adapt if necessary and be agile about how you're going to communicate, but try be consistent. So I think that's the stage you get to, is building that plan, and then after that it's the tactics.